Okay, so when dealing with the Spotlight, it is a known fact here at the factory that sometimes this block will end up starting to shift, or it may loosen, especially if the light is in an accident in any capacity. Inside of here, there's a small screw with a Phillips head that can be removed by simply putting a Phillips screwdriver in. Sometimes you might have to get on a little bit of an angle in order to remove the screw. When you back out the screw completely, one of the things that you want to pay attention to is the threads inside of the hole to make sure that they're not damaged. If for some reason they are damaged, then at that point you can still go ahead and reinstall the replacement piece if yours is damaged or missing. What we then do would be to use an adhesive that would actually be glued all the way around the base and then reinstalled in this notch that you see. And what you would want to do, again, if the threads are compromised, you would glue it and then run a bead of glue around all four sides so that it's really glued to the base of the light itself well. And then you could even take two zip ties, put them together, run it around the whole unit, and then zip tie it tight and leave that there to glue and dry for about 48 hours. And at that point, if you get that done, take your zip tie off, this will be totally glued all the way around, and then you can reinstall your light again. Okay, when we supply the part, we will send you the block as you see here. It will have a screw in case your screw threads in the light itself are not compromised. We will also send you one of these small tubes of the adhesive that we use that works really well. So we're going to demonstrate now how to run that adhesive just so that you understand how best to glue it onto the light itself. As you can see, there's a bead running around the whole face of the block itself, making sure that you're getting it on all surfaces so that it adheres as best as it can to the light. And again, this is in case you have an issue where the thread is compromised in the light itself. In this case, this is a new light, so the threads will work fine. But what he's doing is running that screw back in to go ahead and get it as glued and tight as possible, reminding you that you do not want to tighten that screw too much because the threads are small and you could end up damaging them inside of the light. Now you can see there's going to be a bead of adhesive run around the exterior edge on all four sides. This helps reinforce that block to the light so that there's no issue of that block moving. Again, I would let this glue go ahead and dry for about 48 hours before you put the light back into service or mount it onto the vehicle again. You want to make sure that that glue is totally dry, totally strong. And what you can see is we're putting the zip tie on, just kind of simulating the idea that if your screw would not hold, this is how we'd want to keep it in place while that glue dries for 48 hours. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out to us at tech support, and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.